Welcome to The Terrible Take, a mini podcast telling Steelers Nation what's on our mind. I'm Dave Bryan. You really have to give credit to the Colin Cowards and Adam Scheins of the world for their ability to fire up fans of the Pittsburgh Steelers quite regularly with their hot takes. I admit it, I listen to or watch almost all of them because that's sort of my job. Part of that job is attempting to find clear fallacies in their takes and then expose them for the fan base to see. Hey, that's what us fake media and bloggers are supposed to do, right? It says so in my handbook. On to my Thursday offering. On Wednesday, Schein delivered a hot take that once again demeaned Steelers quarterback Ben Roethlisberger. In short, he stated he's not buying the notion that Roethlisberger is poised to have a huge year in 2021. Now, I'm not sure what Schein deems a huge year being when it comes to Roethlisberger, as he did not quantify or qualify what that means to him. All of you listening to this take today might have a different understanding of what a huge year for Roethlisberger would look like as well. For me, a huge year for Roethlisberger would entail the veteran quarterback finishing 2021 with an adjusted net yards per passing attempt stat in the top 5 of the NFL. In case you're curious, the average of the quarterback that finished 5th overall in adjusted net yards per passing attempt the last 5 years is 7.70. Roethlisberger, by the way, has topped that 7.70 stat just once in his long career, and that was in 2014 at 7.82. Even if we were to lower the bar to 7.5, Roethlisberger has only topped that number twice during his career, and his average adjusted net yards per passing attempt number for his 17 seasons in the NFL is just 6.68. If you don't know the specifics of the adjusted net yards per passing attempt stat yet, Google it. It's a great stat that has survived a large test of time. So, should anybody be expecting Roethlisberger to have a huge year in 2021? I don't really think so. That's okay, however, because he really doesn't need a huge year in 2021 for the Steelers to make the playoffs and potentially make a run at another Lombardi trophy. If the Steelers can get their running game going in 2021, and by that, I mean registering a successful run rate of 50% or greater, the byproduct of that should be Roethlisberger being able to have more success in the passing game than he had last season. Such success would include the quarterback registering a higher average depth of completion in 2021, and with him not having to throw 35 times or more a game in doing so. Look back at the Steelers' most successful years with Roethlisberger at quarterback, and then look at the running game success rates the offense had in several of those years. In fact, in 2016, the last time the Steelers made it to the AFC Championship game, the Steelers registered a run success rate of right around 51%. Want to know what Roethlisberger's adjusted net yards per passing attempt stat was that season? Try 6.98, which was 9th best in the NFL. In 2008, the last time the Steelers won a Super Bowl, Roethlisberger registered an adjusted net yards per passing attempt stat of just 5.21, which ranked him 25th overall in the NFL. Now, did a very good Steelers defense help play into that season being so successful? Absolutely it did, and especially with the run success rate that season being just 45%. Speaking of defense, yes, the Steelers' 2021 defense will certainly need to do their part if the team wants any chance of making a playoff run. While this year's Steelers defense isn't likely to be as good as the one fielded in 2020, it should be just good enough nonetheless. If it's not, then it isn't likely to matter how good or bad Roethlisberger and the running game is in 2021, quite honestly. So, in closing, in no way, shape, or form does Roethlisberger need to have a huge 2021 season, no matter how most would quantify that as being. He merely has to have an average season and hope the huge seasons in 2021 come from the Steelers' running game and the defense. Hey, maybe Schein should start listening to my terrible takes, if he really wants to sound smarter than he does now. Be sure to follow us at SteelersDepot.com and check out episodes of The Terrible Take every weekday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And check out The Terrible Podcast with myself and Alex Kozora every Tuesday and Friday.